Hello students. So in this session, I will be explaining one of the journal program for BCA students. The problem statement is the last one, that is 20th one, program to accept only numbers with fractional part using the text box. It means that whatever the application we are trying to design here, the application or the program must accept the numbers which has if the number is having the fractional part. Okay, so integer part, then a decimal point, then followed by a fractional part. If the number is having the fractional part, then only it has to accept, the application has to accept the number. Otherwise, it has to display the error message. Fine. So this is the problem statement. So we'll design the application for this problem statement. Start the application, Microsoft Visual Basic. Select standard exe project. So first we have to design the user interface. So I will just set the form here. I will take the label to provide the title for the application. Then I will take the first text box. And I will take another text box here. See, I have taken two text boxes here. First text box to read the input from the user, and second text box to print the number if it is a fractional number. Otherwise, the error message has to be displayed using the message box. Okay, then I will use three command buttons here. The first command button I am using to perform the operation to check whether the number is having the fractional part or not. If the number is, if the user, whatever the user is entering the input in the first text box, if the number is having the fractional part, then the number has to be printed on the second text box when I click on this command button. Okay, if this number is not having the fractional part, then it has to provide me or give me the error using the message box. So then I will use the second command button to clear the contents of two text boxes. Then third command button is to exit the application, to terminate the application. Now I will change the properties of the respective, that is, objects. So first I will change the properties of this command button, and caption I will change it to print. Then I will change the name of this command button as cmd print. Then second command button, I will change the name of this command button as cmd clear. Then caption of the command button, I will set it to clear. Third command button, I will change the name of the third command button as cmd exit, and also I will change the caption as exit. Then for this label, I will change the name of the label as lbl title, and caption of the label I will change application to accept fractional number, and I will change one more property called alignment and set it to center. Then I will change the font property of the same label. I will change here the font size 15 and also font style to bold. Then for the first text box, I will change the name of the text box as txt input, and I will change the text property of the text box and set it to blank. And for the second text box, I will change the name of the text box as txt val or txt value. Then I will change the text property and set it to blank. And also I will change another property that is called as enable property and set it to false, because this second text box is used only to display the number which is having the fractional part. For example, when you run the application, see, you are going to enter the fractional part number here. If the number is consisting of the fractional part, then when you click on this command button, the number has to be printed on the second text box. Okay, and second text box must not be editable. So I have just set the enable property to false, means it will be disabled. Okay, if the number is not consisting of the fractional part, and when you click on this command button, then it has to give the error, display the error in the message box. So here, and with respect to the form, I will change the name of the form as frm fractional, and also I will change the caption of the form as application to accept fractional number, or you can give any appropriate caption. And here the design part is over, and also we have changed the properties of the respective objects. Now we have to, that is, write the code for these command buttons, because first command button, when we click on the print command button, then it has to check whether the given number, the number which the user provides in the input box, the first, that is text box, input in the sense in this text box, it has to be checked whether it is going to have the fractional part or no. Then when we click on the second command button clear, the two text box content must be cleared. And when we click on the exit command button, the application has to terminate. So first I will write the code for this command button, that is first command button print. Now basically here I will just declare two variables here. One variable is to store the value which the user enters in the first text box, that is input value. And I will declare another variable just to convert the input value which will be in the fractional form to the integer form. Already we have discussed the built-in functions in VB. So how to convert the fractional number to integer form? We have a built-in function, string functions. We have a built-in function called int. Int function is going to convert the particular number to integer form. Only it is going to truncate the fractional part of the number, and it only the integer part will remain. So using int function we are going to carry out. So what I will do, I will declare the two variables here. Dim, I will just declare x as integer, then y as integer. Okay, both are the module level variables here. Next, Here I will write the code for the first command button, print command button. So I have to fetch the value from the first text box. So I will store the value in the variable x. So x is equal to val of the text box name dot text. What is the name of the text box? Txt input. So txt input dot text close. Then now we have fetched the value of the first text box into variable x. Now I have to convert, or I have to truncate the fractional part of the value which is present in the x. So see, basically the value will be, this x variable is in integer type. So when we accept this one, it is going to, that is, store the integer value only. So what I will do, I will just change this to single. I will just change this to single, and now single is in sense it is going to accept the fractional part. Okay, fractional part also. Now the value from the first text box is going to be stored onto the variable x. Okay, now the value might be having the fractional part. Okay, so we have to truncate the fractional part using the int function. So what I will do, variable y equal to int of what we have to truncate, which value we have to truncate, the value which is stored in variable x. Okay, x. Now x value will be going to be converted to integer part, means the fraction part is going to be truncated and only integer part remains, and that integer part will be copied to or stored to where, assigned to variable y. Okay, in the variable y the only integer part will be stored. Now what we have to do, we have to check if x minus y, x is the original number, okay, the original input. If x minus y equal to 0, then if x minus y, x is the original number which the user is going to enter in the first text box, minus y is nothing but the integer converted after converting the original number into integer form using the int function that is stored in y. So if x minus y equal to 0, then what happens? It means what? If x minus y is equal to 0, when it will be equal to 0, if both the numbers are same, if both the numbers are same, then it will be equal to 0. Okay, for example, consider x as 3 and y as 3. Okay, then it will be equal to 0. Then what it has to do, 3 in the sense it is not having the fractional part. Okay, then it has to display the error message in the message box. So message box, then it has to display the error message, that is not a fraction. Double quote complete. I will just assign the icon VB information. Okay. Then after message box, what it has to do, I will just add the statement here to empty the two message boxes, or two message boxes, and I will just add the code here to empty the two text boxes, not the message boxes, two text boxes. So what I can do, txt input dot text equal to blank, open close double quote. If x minus y is equal to true, that is equal to 0 only, these statements will be executed. And also I want to empty the second text box. What is the name of the second text box? Txt value, txt value. So here txt value dot text equal to open the close double quotes. After that, what we have to do, see, if this condition is not true, then what it means, If this condition is not true, means the entered number in the first text box must be a fraction number. Okay, it is going to consist of a fractional part. So how you are going to say? Consider the example. X is nothing but the value where the user is going to enter. Consider this as the 5.24 x. Okay, then using int function we are converting it to integer part, means the fractional part is going to be truncated. 5.24 in the sense 0.24 will be truncated and integer only, that is only 5 will be stored to where the y variable. So y will be now consisting of 5 and x is 5.24. Now it will check the condition. If 5.24 minus 5 equal to 0, is it equal to 0? No. 5.24 minus 5 is equal to 0.24. Hence, it is not equal to 0. It means that it is understood that it is the number, the entered number is a fractional number. So, in the else part, what we have to do? The fractional number has to be printed where? In the second text box. So, what we have to do? So, txt value dot text equal to what has to be printed on the second text box? The fractional number. Where the fractional number is stored, we are reading the fractional number in variable x, so it is equal to x. This is the else part. Then end, sorry, end sub is already present. Okay, so this is nothing but the code for the first command button, print command button. It is going to check whether the entered number is a fractional number or not. If it is a fractional number, then it is going to print on the second text box. If it is not a fractional number, then it is going to display the error message in the message box, not a fraction. Then the two text boxes are going to be erased. The contents of from the two text boxes are going to be erased. Fine. Okay. Then I will write the code for the second command button, that is clear. We want to clear the two text boxes. Already we know how to clear the contents of two text boxes. So first text box, if I want to clear the content, then txt input is the name of the text box. Txt input dot text equal to open close double quotes. It will be blank. Then txt value is the name of the second text box dot text equal to open close double quote. Fine. Then for the exit, directly you can just write end statement. End will terminate the application directly. Okay, so this is the code to implement this application. Just I will run the application and show you how actually it works. Run the application. See, this is how actually it looks. I will enter the input here 5.245, and if I click on the first command button, if this is a fractional number, if the number is consisting of the fractional part here 0.24, then it has to print the complete number here. If this is a whole number, then the error message has to be printed on the message box. Now I will check here 5.245, and when I click on the command button, see, it is giving me an error. What error it is? Block if without end if. So it means that I have not ended the if statement properly. See, after else part, we have to end the if statement using end if statement. Okay, now run the application. 5.346, then print. So what it is displaying here? 5.346 is displayed here. Why? Because this number is having the fractional part here. Hence it is displaying the number in the second text box. Now I will just clear the contents of the two text box. See, two text boxes are cleared here, but where the highlight has to be provided, where the cursor has to be highlighted, when the two text boxes are cleared, generally the cursor has to highlight here, because the user is going to enter the number, right? So what we can do, after clearing the two text boxes, we can highlight the first text box using what? Set focus method. We can set the focus. So txt input is the name of the text box. Txt input dot set focus. Now when you enter any number here, I will just enter 6.66.5432, then print. Yes, 66.5432 is consisting of the fractional part. The number is consisting of the 0.5432 is the fractional part, hence it is displayed on the second text box. And when I click on clear here, the two text boxes will be cleared and the focus will move on the first text box. You can observe here. Yes, now it is highlighted. The first text box is highlighted. Okay, and if I click on the exit command button, it will terminate directly. See, it will terminate. The application will terminate. If I give any whole numbers here, for example 65, and if I click on the first command button print, now observe here in the message box what it is displaying, not a fraction. We had just that is written the code here, right? Not a fraction, and the icon we have changed it to VB information. And you can change the title here. Title also you can change here by specifying as the argument for the message box. Fine. So this is the application, which is a journal program for BCA students. Thank you.